Today we're talking about Hurricane Milton. Right now, Milton is a Category 5 hurricane with sustained winds of 165 miles an hour and possible wind gusts up to 200. Milton is forecast to hit as a Category 3 with winds up to 125 miles an hour with gusts up to 155. The hurricane is going to hit an area of wind shear that should weaken it to a 3 before it hits Florida. If it goes to the north of Tampa, it will create a lot of storm surge in Tampa and cause really bad flooding. Its projected path is south of Tampa, but will still cause flooding for Tampa, but it will be worse for places south near Inglewood and Cape Coral. But there's a small chance that it could hit stronger or weaker than a Category 3, but I think it will hit stronger. Alright, so its projected path right now is very accurate to where it looks like it's going. Um, it's supposed to hit at Sarasota, which that can vary just a little bit, but this is where the eye wall is meant to follow. Places like Inglewood will get a lot of flooding. Cape Coral, Marco Island. Hold up, that changed. Did not want that to change yet. I'll let that load. Tampa's gonna get flooding. Like I said, if it goes north, it's gonna get a lot more flooding, and it could be really bad. But it doesn't look like it's gonna go north. But Tampa's still gonna get some storm surge and some flooding. Clearwater is gonna get storm surge, just not as much as the places south. The more southern areas will get a lot more storm surge than the places up north. But still up north, north of Tampa, you still gotta watch out for some storm surge. Spring Hill, west of Spring Hill, Clearwater, Tampa, Sarasota, Inglewood, Cape Coral, Marco Island. Y'all gotta watch out for storm surge and places north and south of those two, not just those places. Let's see, I'm gonna try to get this to load. So the hurricane had to get weaker overnight to reform its eye wall. I'm trying to load that real quick. All right, so it like got rid of the eye wall and then it forms back right there. And then it follows this path back up. I don't know why I feel like that's going by so quick. Let me just go frame by frame. So it comes through slowly, like it's not there, and then it slowly starts to form back right here, and then turns into the eye. Which I think before it did that, the eye was only like a few miles. So it's going to follow this path up and cause a lot of storm surge here. Let's check out some stuff that the National Weather Service posted. Alright, so this cone right here is anywhere that the eye wall can go. So the eye wall could technically go anywhere inside of this cone. The eye wall could technically follow this black line all the way out here, but it's not gonna do that because the path that I was showing you on the radar looked very accurate. So it's just gonna follow its normal path. But whenever you see something like this, this means the hurricane could go anywhere within this cone. Next, we're going to talk about how many inches of rain some areas will be getting. So, for Tampa, looks like anywhere between 8 to 16 inches of rain. Orlando's going to be 8 inches, well, still between 8 and 12 inches, likely. North and a little east of Orlando is gonna be like still 8 to 16 inches. And then the farther north you go in Florida, the lighter the rain. Up in Jacksonville, that's only going to be like, no, well, that's going to be like 1 to 2 inches. Um, South of Tampa is going to get, it's going to get a decent amount of rain. Probably like, some areas will get like a lot. Like near Tampa's, that's going to be a whole lot. And then like you keep going south, and it's going to go and start being like a little less, and then nothing. So the farther down you go to around here is gonna be like Inglewood. I think Inglewood's like right here. Then right here's Northport. Fort Myers is just like right here. And Cape Coral's right here. So they're gonna get between 4 to 8 inches of rain, I would say. 4 to 6 likely, maybe up to 8. And then let's move on to flash flood chances. So Tampa and Orlando are in the at least 70% chance for flash floods. So Tampa and Orlando, y'all need to keep an eye out for flooding, flash floods. Jacksonville is in the slight chance, at least a 15% chance for flash floods. But back to the high risk for flash flooding. Spring Hill is in there, Clearwater, St. Petersburg, Lakeland, Sarasota, Northport. Those areas are going to be in this pink, which is the highest chance. Down in this like slight area is Miami. Let's look into the like moderate area. That's going to be Fort Pierce, Sebring. Let's see. Lakeport, Loretta, places like that are going to be in that moderate area. And then move on to peak storm surge, which is usually like the most deadly thing in a hurricane. That and debris is pretty bad. So, up here where, let's see, I was going to say Panama City area, but I think Panama City might be over here. So Inglewood, that's separating the 10 to 15 foot storm surge from the 8 to 12. But starting at Bonita Beach to Inglewood is an 8 to 12 foot possible storm surge. And then Inglewood to Accolot River, 10 to 15 foot storm surge is going to be possible. Y'all, if you live in these areas, you really need to keep an eye on it and get further inland away from the coast. Accolot River to the name I cannot pronounce, but I will try. Chassahowiska? I guess that's how you say it. I'm probably totally saying that wrong, but between Accolot River and there is going to be a 15 to 10 foot storm surge possible. And then still in these 1 to 3 foot areas, it's still some storm surge. Still got to kind of keep an eye on that. And here near Flamingo is going to be still 3 to 5 foot storm surge. Bonita Beach is between the 8 to 12 in the 5 to 8 foot storm surge. So if you're in this pink area, you really need to keep an eye on it. Same with the red, and probably even this orange, and even some of the yellow. But try moving farther away from the coast, just to get away from it. Storm surge is very deadly. Probably one of the worst things in hurricanes. But thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.